Well, it's been about a week, and I've done absolutely nothing to Project Cialis. And that's because I've been waiting for something. I want to get this car in the shop, and I want to start working on it. But because I'm such a nice guy, I like lending out my parts when people ask me for stuff. So, today, I got my gas tank back. So what we're going to do is we're going to put fuel lines on and just hook right up to where I cut the fuel lines at the motor because the other spot was rusty. I'm going to hook up the fuel lines and we're going to try to get this thing to start. When I was pouring gas down the throttle body, it was kind of like kicking, but this car hasn't ran. And the guy tells me it hasn't ran since it's been parked. And the plates were, I believe, 2006. So that's 13 years since this car has been ran. So I really wanted to get it to run. And another reason I wanted to run is because I want it in the garage. As you can see, there's quite a bit of snow out here. So I need to get a car out of the shop, and I want to put it on that side. I want to get the car that's out of this side and put it somewhere that no trees are going to fall on it because I want to drive it eventually. And I want to get this in the garage so I can build it. So what we're going to do is I'm going to get some battery cables, maybe a set of booster cables, I don't know, just to hook it up temporarily so I can get the car to run. If I get this car to run, I might be a douchebag and drive around a bit, check out brakes, check out all that fun stuff, because if it breaks fuel lines, it's probably going to break brake lines. I know the back tires are seized, so anyway, the first thing we got to do is make sure it runs. That's step one. Let's get that going. So I just got the battery put in. As soon as you touch the negative, the fuel pump turns on. So I don't really want to do this and let this battery die because it's not exactly the best battery in the world. It's just an old Honda Civic battery out of a CRV is all she is. But I'm actually pretty impressed with this little Honda Civic battery. Okay, that's a little loose. Try it again. I can hear fuel in that bowl. So something tells me she's either flooding out or doing something else. Having a leak over here, where's she coming from? The return line, I'm okay with that. Better than the fuel leak we had before. Let's see if she'll fire up. This is 14 years? Oh, not in park. Disconnect the fuel. Positive. There's a lot of fuel coming out now. I'm going to take another look at this and then we can try this again. Sure. I'm much happier with that one. Okay, let's hook up all these fuel lines. Let's try this again. See if she starts up again. Okay with that. I can hear a little bit of a mist. There we go, she's starting to clean out a bit now. That's the best thing for it. Start it up straight to red light. Let's move some of these tools. See if she'll drive. I'm going to pick up the fuel line, obviously. I'm a savage, but I ain't that savage. Put it right by the battery so that way if anything goes wrong it can explode. Let's see if this thing moves. We're just about to go for our first test run, and look at that, another fuel leak. So we're going to turn this all off. We're going to cut this line back here and get rid of this piece. This thing is just cursing me with fuel leaks. Now the whole car is covered in fuel again. Let's get this fixed and see if we can take it for another start test run. I haven't even tried moving it yet. So the reason I'm having so many issues with the fuel right now is because this fuel line is old, it's cold, so it doesn't want to grip into where it's connecting to at all. Okay, let's try this again and then we're going to try to move it. There's no brakes. We're going to attempt this again. Just lost the fuel pump. And hook her back up. I don't really want it to go far. I just want it to move. Little too aggressive, but the throttle kind of sticks open, but it just moved. That's what I wanted to do. So let's hook this tank up a little bit different, and we're going to put some WD-40 on the linkages for the throttle cable, and we're going to see if we can get this thing to run and drive. Reverse works, there is absolutely no brakes. Absolutely no brakes. So I got two trusty bungee cords on the gas tank now, so that shouldn't go anywhere. I got the fuel lines all hooked up. Hood has to stay open. No brakes. Oh, I know what I forgot to do. I'm going to put some WD-40 on the cables for the cruise control and all that crap. A little bit of WD on there. Not really WD, but hopefully it gets in there and does the job. I guess I should have been doing this earlier to this, to be honest. But I just didn't really think of it. So she's still going to stick open, but I feel better because I at least tried. Because trying's half the battle. Let's try this again. I'd like to back it up, come ahead, back up, come ahead. Hopefully it doesn't get stuck in the snow, but that's my plan. think it's a bit hot. It was pretty much full throttle there. Just gonna take her back off of full throttle. I can hear this thing just burning the oil out of her. But I'm okay with that, because it runs and it moves. It means it's ready to go inside the shop. So this car here has been sitting for about 13 or 14 years, because the last time the plates were renewed was 2006, and I was told the car got parked. So that means that he was driving it and then got it parked. So we do not have any brakes. We do not have any brake fluid. So we're gonna have to find out where that issue is. It looks like we have some power steering fluid come down the firewall. So we're gonna have to fix that. I did check, and the motor does have oil. It smells like gear oil, but it is oil, so the oil's probably 19 years old as well. But it does run. As you can see, it can do neutral drops like a champ. And it's pretty much what I wanted to do. The back tires are going to have to be dealt with, because obviously they're seized right solid. Brakes are going to have to be dealt with, so we'll be coming right off the master to the two front tires. It's all you really need, especially in these old GMs, and even the Toyotas, I get rid of the rear brakes. But pretty happy with that, pretty ecstatic. So thanks for watching, guys. This has been the first start of this Buick Cialis. I highly doubt that's the actual name, but it's a project fitting name. It runs, it drives, it spins the tires, it throws some slush. And probably tomorrow we'll be going in that garage, because tomorrow we got to move some vehicles around. We got to move a lot of cars around tomorrow. So I'm probably going to start this up again and take it down there. Maybe just back a bit. Actually, no, to be honest, I want to keep it on this ground, because it's supposed to freezing rain tonight, and I want some solid ground that I can actually get some movement, because those back tires are so seized, I cannot start on the snow. I'll just spin and dig myself a hole. So thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you back here tomorrow.